Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I came across this video on YouTube titled "Nothing Justifies Breonna Taylor's Death." Right off the bat, I can tell you that if Breonna Taylor didn't want to take risks and win a stupid prize, then she shouldn't have played stupid games. She chose to let thugs sell drugs out of her home, and so that was the stupid game she played, and she won a stupid prize by getting shot and killed. Now, it's unfortunate that she ended up getting killed, but, I mean, that's what happens when you hang around criminals. You're eventually going to end up in the grave. But let's just get into this video here. Well, before I do, though, I asked this very reasonable question. I asked, isn't this the girl that was letting thugs sell drugs from her house? As you can see, he didn't have a reply to me, but he did have a response. It just wasn't in written form. But I actually ended up getting shadow banned from this guy's comment section, because once I noticed that my comment wasn't showing up anymore in the comment section, I asked another question and said, why did you delete my question? That question never showed up, so I'm shadow banned from this guy's comment section for asking that very reasonable question. So we're already off to a great start with this guy's channel. So let's go ahead and listen to what he has to say about the situation, shall we?
So Louisville, Kentucky is rightfully up in flames currently.
Jesus Christ, I already lost all respect for this guy, and I'm not even 5 seconds into this video. So Louisville, Kentucky is rightfully in flames. So apparently two wrongs make a right. So a black girl died today, so we need to go out and burn an entire town to the ground, because that would right the wrong, right?
Following the decision to charge
very high IQ here with this
one of the police
individual.
officers involved in the botched raid that killed Breonna Taylor. The only problem with this
is...
A
botched raid, by the way.
They decided to charge a police officer for accidentally firing into a neighbor's apartment instead of, charging the police officers that are responsible for the death of Breonna Taylor, which I agree. Charge the person for accidentally firing into a neighbor's apartment. That's also terrible. But wouldn't you also want to charge the officers responsible for killing the person who had nothing to do with the reason?
So he's basically butthurt that the cop didn't get charged with murder. Never mind the fact that he got fired and he's charged with something else.
This raid even partook in the first place, and their only crime committed was just having the misfortune of being there during this raid. And
well, she shouldn't have been letting her ex-boyfriend sell drugs from her home. Well, there's your problem right there. So it's kind of your own fault.
Since the person that they killed is now a huge focal point of all the civil unrest in this country, wouldn't you want to see justice brought for...
Oh, so wait a minute. Are you saying that it would be a good idea to satisfy these terrorists by giving these terrorists what you want, and having an injustice in the system, charging the cops with something that they shouldn't really be charged for? I agree that the cops need to be fired, but I don't think they need to be charged with fucking murder. I think that's a bit extreme, and I don't really care if these terrorists want to go around and loot stores and everything, because Black Lives Matter don't actually care about black lives. They only care about themselves. And going around burning down buildings, that's not for Breonna Taylor. That's for themselves. Okay, that's just to make themselves feel a little bit better. And I think those people all need to be shot and killed.
Just for the sake of maybe quelling the riots that have been going on in this country, maybe just...
No, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't believe in negotiating with terrorists. So no, I would absolutely not do something just to satisfy them.
A little bit. But no, they decided to fan the flames and pretty much let the
They didn't fan the flames, though.
For killing Breonna Taylor off scot-free.
But he didn't get off scot-free, though. There's where you're wrong.
Much sets the precedent that agents of the state can enter your home without any warning, without identifying themselves either, kill you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so this guy clearly did zero research when he looked into this. So let's go ahead and listen to what this news source has to say about it.
Newly released video in the deadly police shooting of Breonna Taylor, an EMT who was killed in March inside her own home. For the first time, we are seeing the chaotic moments after she was shot. Here's CBS's Jerika Duncan.
Come outside.
This new video taken in
looks
March
like they're trying to break into the house
by
from me,
a
doesn't it?
neighbor of Breonna Taylor's shows a small army of police officers with their guns drawn, arresting Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker.
Keep walking back. Look backwards.
Police claim they had a no-knock warrant for Taylor's home because of a drug investigation, but the lead officer...
So there you go. They had a no-knock warrant. So yes, they did have the right to do this.
And then just get a slap on the wrist and be told, don't do that again, or get any other minuscule repercussion that does not make up at all for killing an innocent human being, which is true. Breonna Taylor and
Well, she wasn't entirely innocent because she was allowing this to happen, so she's basically an affiliate.
her boyfriend had no criminal record whatsoever. This is a drug raid. No drugs were found in the home whatsoever. So basically, Breonna
Where'd
Taylor
you get
died
that info from?
for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
What fake
A raid
news source did you get that one from?
that shouldn't have happened at all, because again, both her and her boyfriend were innocent, and yet people want to excuse
Oh,
this
so you're a judge now, apparently.
and say, well, her boyfriend shot at the cops. He shouldn't have shot at the cops.
I like how he's making it sound like it's no big deal. Well, he shouldn't have shot at the cops. Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, you know what's going to happen when you shoot at the cops? Is the cop just supposed to stand there, or are they just supposed to just do nothing? No, they're going to fire back.
If he didn't do that, Breonna Taylor would be alive right now. Like, does
Yeah.
it not disturb
Yeah,
you?
you know, and she would. It's actually a good point. Yeah, if he wouldn't have started the firefight, then she wouldn't have got caught in the crossfire, and she wouldn't have gotten killed. If you're going to start a firefight, there's people that are going to get injured. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
At all that officers just entered this fucking home again without any warning whatsoever? without these
They
people
don't need a
even know-
warning because they have a no-knock warrant, so they can go in and search the home. And if you're going to fire at the cops for doing it, here's the thing. He's saying that, well, let's just get to it. That's the point.
Knowing who the fuck they were. For all they knew, this could have been a home invasion.
Okay, so he
and-
says it's a home invasion. So if you're going to fire at somebody, I would think that you can probably see who you're firing at, correct? So if these people have their guns drawn and they're aiming at the cops, they're shooting at the police, you can see who they are. And if you can see who they are, then you should be able to see that they have a badge on them. At that point, you should realize that they're police. Okay, so they started firing at the police, and guess what the police did? They did what they're going to do in any kind of situation like that. They're going to fire back. And they did.
Any sane person who has weapons in the home would take out said weapon and start using...
No, if cops came into my home and they said for some fucking reason, which it's never going to happen, but if they, for whatever reason, they came into my home and said, you know, we have a no-knock warrant, we're searching the home. Okay, go ahead and search it. Because if you were not guilty, then you would not feel threatened by the police. If you have nothing to be, you have no reason to be afraid of the police if you're not a criminal. If you are a criminal and you're guilty, what does a guilty person do? They try to get away from that situation, right? They either run or they fight back. In this case, they fought back. I fought the law, and the law won. Because that's what happened. The law fucking won. So let's continue.
using that weapon against the people intruding in their property in the middle of the fucking night. Like,
Oh,
how long
I'm
does this
sorry.
up-
Well, it's just so rude of the cops to show up in the middle of the night. They should have showed up at middle of noon, when I'm doing my drug deals. They should have showed up then.
Stan, you are the same people that jack off themselves constantly to the Second Amendment, always tout on about your guns and how you would shoot.
I don't remember seeing where in the Second Amendment it says that you can shoot at the police. Maybe you can point me to where it says that you can shoot guns at the police. I don't
Any
know.
person intruding onto your property right on site with no
Yeah, he
hesitation
should have.
whatsoever.
He's a business owner. He should have been allowed to do his business in peace, sell his drugs in peace. Come on, officer.
And yet when someone does exactly that, you scrutinize them. And for what? To suck up to the fucking police? Like, does it
Well,
not
you don't
disturb
exactly have the right to start shooting your guns at the police. No.
you at least a little bit the fact that the police can break into your home in the middle of the night without
Yeah. Again, they had the right to do that. So if they didn't have any reason to if they weren't guilty of the situation, then they would have no reason to shoot back. So, just saying.
Identifying themselves, and then they can shoot you or someone in your family, and then
yeah, they started they started shooting because they decided that it would be a good idea to start a firefight with the police. So,
like, does that not scare you at least a little bit? Like, anyone can be a fucking victim of this. You can be a victim of this. I can be a victim of this. And the fact that the police can do this to either you or me, and then more than likely just...
Now, see, I heard that what happened is that a cop ended up shooting from, like, a neighbor's window or something like that, and he was just blind firing, which, as a cop, that is against protocol. You are not allowed to blind fire from a window like that. So that is how she ended up getting killed. And because of that situation, that cop is fired, and he's now charged with, I believe it's like reckless endangerment with a weapon, which I absolutely believe that he should be charged for. However, I don't think that it's necessary to charge the cop with murder because the cop did not intentionally kill this woman. So that is my thoughts on the situation.
On the rest, or just get nothing at all in repercussion.
And I don't care if terrorists want to go around and loot stores and burn things to the ground because of it. We should not be negotiating with terrorists. All these people that are going out and doing that shit, they should all be shot and killed. I think those people definitely deserve to be shot and killed. Because they're terrorists. Okay, two wrongs don't make a right. But apparently this guy thinks that it's totally justified.
Does that not fucking disturb you at least a little bit? Because
no, it actually doesn't, because I have no reason to be afraid of the police.
Fucking scare everyone in this country.
I think they don't get paid enough to deal with the kind of shit that they do.
So many people are just defending the police, trying to say there was nothing wrong here. I mean, let's ignore the fact that this is a bossed raid and they're going after Breonna.
I don't know where the hell he's getting his sources from or where he's hearing that from.
Taylor's ex-boyfriend, and he was already in custody when this happened. No, let's ignore all that. Breonna Taylor's death can be justified because, oh my god, her current boyfriend shot at the police.
I haven't heard anybody trying to really justify her death. I think the fact that she got killed was very unfortunate, but like I said, I mean, you play stupid games, you won stupid prizes. She shouldn't have been hanging around with thugs at the same time. No, I do not think she should have been shot and killed. But, I mean, she knew what she should know what she's getting involved with. You know what I'm saying?
There are police. People were breaking into his home, and he thought that he could have been the victim of a home invasion or some shit. But no, fuck him for defending himself and his girlfriend. She deserved to die because he decided to shoot at police. Again, not even knowing that they're fucking police, but still, he shot at police anyway, so that warrants a death sentence for either him or her. I fucking hate this country, man.
Okay, so you know what? If you hate the law so much, if you hate this country so much, then why don't you just fucking leave? Because I don't think anybody wants you here anyway, man.
Especially the conservatives, because they're always so quick to defend things that...
Wait, how did politics come into this? What the hell does conservatives have to do with this?
Not be defended, yet they perform all the mental gymnastics required to make it seem like this is justified. Like, you claim to love small government, you hate big government, but yet when big government comes to your home...
Alright, so we're going off on a tangent, something that has nothing to do at all with the situation.
And shoots at you, and kills your girlfriend... That's justified. That's perfectly fine to these people. They cheer on and clap like seals when it happens. They love big government.
I haven't seen anybody cheering for the fact that this girl died. I haven't seen any of that. Now if the guy died, then I'll do a seal clap for that because that's one less thug. But I don't think she should have died.
Of the police, especially...
I haven't seen anybody saying that she should die.
...kills minorities because they see that Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend were black, so obviously since they're black, they must have done something to warrant this happening.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a race, it's a hate crime, right? That's what the situation is. They must have done something.
It's justified in some way, shape, or form. Like, fuck all of you people. Fuck you all.
Fuck you all.
Think that these same exact people who, again, constantly jack themselves off to their gun collection and to the Second Amendment would use this story to stress how important it is to have something like the Second Amendment in a country, but no, they don't. And honestly, if they did do this, I would agree 110% because if people were breaking into your home unannounced in the middle of the fucking night, I say...
Well, they're police, and again, they have the ability to do that because of the situation, so...
You have the perfect right to defend yourself because you have no fucking
Obviously, they were doing an investigation, and they had permission to do that, and that's why they did it.
Is behind that door. For all you know, again, it could be people trying to execute a home invasion. Yeah, I know, they were cops. You're not supposed to shoot at officers, all that good shit, but how the fuck would they possibly know? Breonna Taylor died.
Because if they're shooting at them, they're clearly able to see them. So, again, that's a really dumb argument.
What the fuck was going on?
They knew damn well what was going on. That's why they grabbed their guns and started firing.
Plus, the police weren't even supposed to be there in the fucking first place, so...
Except that they were.
They even conceivably be able to differentiate from this being a police raid to someone trying to break into their home.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm done. I can't listen to any more of this guy's garbage. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He didn't do any research into the video. It's pretty obvious. This video has gone on for over 16 minutes at this point, so I'm fucking done with this clown. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. None of your comments will be filtered, whether you agree or disagree with the situation. Free speech is enabled in my comment sections for this, so have fun. Say what you got to say. I'm out. Peace.